Moonlight, nigga, why you tripping? Get your Mariah. Shorty look good in the moonlight. Moonlight, nigga, why you tripping? Get your Mariah. Shorty look good in the moonlight.
What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another video. So if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be informed when I upload. Well, you'll be first to know when I upload. If you've already liked, subscribed, and hit the notification bell, then you know we're good. It's nothing left to do but leave your comments in the comment section so we can discuss what today's topic is about. Before we begin today's topic, I just want to let you guys know I was in the hospital again from June the 24th until the 29th. I was in a crisis, of course, and my blood was low, so they had to give me 2 bags of blood. I'm trying not to talk super loud because I'm talking through a microphone that I have pinned to my shirt, so I don't want to be extremely loud. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get into today's topic. I had to redo this video because the video that I just did was like an hour long, and it wouldn't, my phone keeps saying I don't have enough space to upload it to YouTube, so I'm just gonna redo it. So for all of those who like the long videos, I tried to do that for you and it just didn't go that way. So I hope that this video will be long enough for you. And for those who like the short videos, that's the Huey video that I just did. R.I.P. Huey. I was in the hospital as well, so that's another reason that I was not talking, and I just put a clip of his song and an article relating to his death. I didn't even know we were so close in age. I'm 31 and he was 32 years old. Never realized he was so young when he made that song. R.I.P. to him. As if we're not having enough go on in our world, we had a murder in my city yesterday. So what I'm going to call it is the Amazon murder, okay? A 20-year-old male was at Amazon on Pecan Park Road. He was there to apply for a job. In the wake of him being there to apply for that job position, 2 gunmen, masked gunmen of course, ran up on him and they started shooting. He died and 2 others were grazed by the bullets. They weren't severely injured, so thank God for that. But I know if they would just go back to his cell phone records, they could see who he was last talking to and who he told where he would be at that time. If they go to his social media, I'm pretty sure he probably either did a check-in or, you know, did a post to say where he was, because this was not a random shooting. It was targeted, obviously. They came for him, and that was what they did. They fled the scene in a silver Hyundai Sonata, I believe, 2018. If you see that car, you know, please turn it in. Let's stop all of this snitches get stitches, because at the end of the day, the only ones losing are us. We're killing our own kind. And when you kill your own kind, you're killing your brother, your sister, your mother, your cousin, so on and so forth. It is just not a win for us when we kill our own. Black Lives Matter is not involved in this because it wasn't by a Caucasian. It seems like Black Lives Matter, they only jump on the bandwagon when it is a death having to do with another race killing us. But when we kill our own kind, they're nowhere to be found. I don't see the protests, the riots, which riots shouldn't happen. And I'm not excusing that behavior at all. But my thing is, why does it never matter unless it's of another color killing us? Us hurting our own is just as worse. It's just as bad. But you don't see the uproar, with this situation. You don't see that. How many of our Black brothers and sisters have been shot down by another of their kind only to have their death overlooked? If it's by a Caucasian, it's all on the news, it's all on social media, everyone's talking about it, but it's not talked about. I just don't understand, because instead of saying Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. They all matter. When you cut us, we all bleed red, right? I don't see none of us bleeding pink, purple, or green. We all literally, if you cut us, we all bleed red. So it is just very, very, very tragic that we do not get that much exposure when it comes from our own kind. And this young man was 20 years old, so he barely was getting into life, and maybe he was trying to change his life by getting a legit job just to have it taken away from him. Who told you that you had the power to take another person's life? Who told you that it was okay for you to play the Grim Reaper? And I know the ones who did it, they're watching the news and they're keeping up with this because that is what they do. The person who commits a murder or a kidnapping, they're watching to see what's going on, how close they are to being caught. They'll probably go to your funeral, honestly. So I'm gonna show you, and I meant to have this ready already, but I want to show you an article on this situation. By it just now happening yesterday, and by them doing this in broad daylight, they just really were ruthless and heartless and just did not give a crap whatsoever. They didn't care, and they showed that they didn't care. And I just think this is just so tragic. So I'm just going to play, I think I gave you a clip in the beginning of a video. I'm thinking about playing another clip, but just so you know, none of the names have been released. We only know the age of the victim, which is 20 years old. We only know the car that they were in. We don't know of any names yet. So when we do get to that much exposure, I will most definitely do an updated video. But let's just look at this article, and this article is from ABC 13, and it reads, Jacksonville, Florida, a targeted shooting outside an Amazon facility in Jacksonville, Florida, left one person killed and two others slightly wounded Monday, authorities said. The 20-year-old man who was fatally shot was waiting in line outside the Amazon warehouse to apply for a job. JSO's Assistant Chief Brian Key said during a news conference. Key said two men got out of a silver car at about 2 p.m., ran up to the victim, and started firing handguns before they drove away. Two bystanders were grazed by bullets, but they did not require hospitalization, Key said. Authorities said the shooting on the city's north side does not appear to have been a case of workplace violence. This is not random. It was specifically targeting this victim, Key told reporters. We are not inside the facility at all. The suspects were still at large a few hours after the shooting. The identities of the victims were not immediately released, and the motive behind the shooting was unclear. One television station posted a photo on its website showing shattered glass at an employee break room that appeared to have been caused by a bullet. And as you can see, that is the tweet from JSO, which I don't have Twitter, but y'all are free to click the link to the Facebook post and the Twitter post. This is a photo of the suspect vehicle referenced by Assistant Chief Key. If you have information regarding this vehicle or its occupants, call JSO at 904-630-0500 or 0500, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-866-845-TIPS. And as you can see, that is a picture of the vehicle. So if you are in Jacksonville, Florida, and you know who that vehicle belongs to, or if you even know the gunman and the getaway driver, I am encouraging you to speak up. And for the ones who did it, you were brave enough and tough enough to go take someone's life in broad daylight. So be brave enough and be tough enough to turn yourself in, because I guarantee you, the longer that you sit there and you hold out and you avoid it, the worse it's going to be on yourself. And I hope that your conscience is eating you up right now, because what did you get out of murdering this young man? You didn't get any type of monetary gain. You didn't get anything. But what you will get when you are caught, if street justice doesn't get to you first, what you will get is a life sentence. And what you will be doing is spending the rest of your life behind bars, as you should. We are already in a pandemic. 2020 has just been full of death. That's all it has been. We are only in the 6th, going into the 7th month of 2020. And all we have seen so far through this year is death. Death, death, death. Every place that you look, it's about death or negativity. This year has not brought anything positive. And it's sad that I can admit that I'm desensitized to this, because at the age of 13 is when I lost two close friends by the name of Dion and Chris Kirkland and their aunt. They were murdered while in their father's car. I believe they were either being picked up from practice or something like that was going on, and the suspect or whoever did it basically got the wrong ones. They were looking for the father, and instead they got the aunt, and unfortunately those two young boys. What is the point in all of this? I understand that in the Bible it says that all of this stuff has to come full circle before the end, but at age 13, no one should have to be told that your close friends that you went to the roller dome with. And if y'all from Jacksonville and y'all around my age, y'all know about the roller dome that used to be on Cassett. We used to be there every Saturday, came wanging with it, having fun like kids do. As a child, you shouldn't have to deal with being told that your close friends, they got murdered because of mistaken identity. If those guys would have just took a second to realize that that was a woman and two boys in that car, they would have still been here. This is a problem when y'all shoot first and ask questions last. Like, you're not Waka Flocka. Stop it. Stop it. A 2-year-old can shoot a gun. That doesn't make that 2-year-old tough. Does anybody throw hands anymore? No, y'all want to get guns. and let out bullets. You quick to say you'll let somebody eat a bullet because you're a coward. And you know that if it came down to a fist fight, you would get your behind handed to you. So what have you cowards started to do? Get guns. You feel like a man because you have a gun, and I'm here to tell you that you're not. You're not a man. A real man talks. A real man listens. They don't go grab a gun and think that that's going to solve the issue. You took this young man's life, meaning you took him from his family. He was someone's father, possibly, allegedly. I'm saying that. I don't know if he had any kids, but y'all get my point. You took him from his family, from his friends, from just life itself. He will not ever get to be a husband and all of those things. You won't either, honestly, unless some stupid female wants to marry you while you're in prison, or you got one of them ratchets who want to be a ride or die, which I can't stand them type of females. I can't stand them, period. You want to be a ride? Oh, you're going to ride or die, all right. You sound stupid. Like, can we just let that whole mentality go? I would love to see the snitches get stitches and the ride or die mentality. I would love to see that come to an end. Because who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting anybody. But you do it. Why do you do it? You probably don't even know why you do it, to be honest, if you want to keep it a buck. This young man is in a morgue right now. Think about it. He's in a morgue right now. And all he wanted to do was simply go apply for a job. He not out here selling drugs and, doing all this illegal stuff to get by. He went to get a legit job. Do you think that he thought when he went to that job interview, I won't even say interview because it's more like a, when they do these things, like you just go and it's like some type of open interview thing where they're just hiring people because they probably need people after firing everybody because of this pandemic. But do you think that he thought when he went there that was going to be it for him? Do you think that he thought that? No, he probably didn't. And no matter if he did anything illegal in his past, it doesn't matter what he did. You don't have a right to kill somebody. And just know that karma is real. And you just set a bunch of bad karma in for yourself. So I just pray that you realize what you just did. And if I could ask you in your face, what did you do it for? I would. But we all know I won't ever get that opportunity. That's the whole point of good journalism. I don't see any other YouTuber in Jacksonville talking about this. I honestly don't even know any other YouTubers in Jacksonville aside from myself. And I'm tired of watching outsiders discuss my city like you know. You don't know anything, sweetie. I was born and raised here. You be from Wichita and want to talk about what's going on in Jacksonville. You ain't never been here, have you? You ain't never walked through my city. So what gives you the right to speak on it? Like, seriously, you speak on another city as if you know what it's like when you don't. All you know is what you see. And honestly, if you keep just like any other place, mind your business, stay to yourself, and keep out of drama, you don't got to worry about nobody running up on you with a weapon. We don't even know why this young man was fatally shot like this, but it had to be something because who does that in broad daylight? To the two who got grazed by the bullet, did they even see a face? Because allegedly these men were, I don't even want to refer to them as men, these demons were masked. So they came for their target. They knew who they wanted. They came and they did it and they left. And whoever the getaway driver is, you're an accessory. You're going to jail. This is just so beyond me that I'm tired of it. Because if I go to Edgewood Cemetery right now, that cemetery is like a middle school, high school reunion. All of my closest friends are there. And you know why they're there? Gun violence. Gun violence. But looking at me, you wouldn't be able to tell half the stuff that I've been through. Especially with gun violence. I get a lot of, oh, you're stuck up, you look stuck up, bougie and conceited. You don't know the half. So I suggest that you just shut your mouth, honestly. Because if I told you the half of what I've been through, aside from sickle cell, your mouth would drop. And I would guarantee that you judge me all the type of wrong. And that's sad that you get judged by your looks. I'm 4'11", 115 pounds. Gorgeous as hell. But I don't look like what I've been through. And I thank God for that. I don't want to look like what I've been through. Period. This is ridiculous. It is sad and it needs to stop. Not even a couple months ago, y'all killed a little girl. Because y'all were on Dunn Avenue having a fight that turned into an all-out gun brawl. And that little girl and her sister were caught in the crossfire. And she ended up passing away. And what were they fighting over, you ask? $180. $180 is worth a life to you? A child at that. A child that won't get to see her senior year of high school, graduation, first day of college, becoming a wife. She'll never be able to see that. And that's because you took it away over $180. And just let me know, what were you going to do with that $180 that you felt you needed to fight and shoot over? One of the women was even pregnant, I believe, and she was out there fighting like she wasn't. They don't know how to be ladylike here in Jacksonville. They don't know how to be classy. They don't know how. All majority of them know is to be ratchet and loud. I come from a different breed that you should be seen and not heard. But you can't tell them that though. Because they got kids and they out there busting it open and popping it open at the Silver Fox and all this type of stuff. Stay home and be a mother. Once you have a child, your life is about that child. It's no longer about you. Stop taking your baby and giving it to your mom to raise so you can go out there and pop it open. Stay home. Learn to do that. But compared to these females, I'm considered lame. I'd rather be lame than out here popping out 2, 3, 4, 5 babies from different baby daddies. I've been celibate since 2018. So a dude cannot say he's ever had his way with me, because that ain't how it go. But you don't know that because you're ignorant. And no matter what you went through as a child, this gets on my last nerve when people do this, y'all. When they be like, I act that way cause that my childhood was bad. You are an adult, and once you become an adult, you decide your fate, your destiny, your path that you walk. You decide that. All of us have had some type of childhood trauma. Trauma, for those who act like they don't understand English, Trauma, not drama, trauma. My life isn't perfect, but am I sitting here like, oh, I'm like this because of so-and-so and because I went through this, that, and the third? No, because I'm 31 years old, so I'm responsible for myself. We all done been through something. It's called life. Life isn't supposed to be easy. And now look at where we are. We're calling somewhere that I would have never expected a murder to happen. Amazon homicide, Amazon murder. I drive past that freaking place on a daily basis. And you think that I would ever have even imagined that somebody would get killed there? And another thing, if y'all were having hiring interviews or whatever y'all were doing, having people to come in for job applications, why didn't you make a place where those people could sit and wait until they were called? Why were these people having to sit outside or stand outside? It was hot as I don't know what. It's been so hot lately. It's been getting in the hundreds. And that's around 12 to 2 p.m. that it's been getting that hot. So why did you not have somewhere for these people to be instead of them being out in the open? Like you couldn't have done something because the C virus here in Jacksonville, Florida has increased by 251 cases. So y'all already just don't care about social distancing, and y'all don't care about keeping your hands clean and keeping your mask on. Like, y'all have started to behave as if this situation has been, cleared, and it hasn't. They have not said, oh, okay, let me not say that word, the C virus, they have not said all clear. But those protests and everything that y'all have been doing, the distraction worked. Congratulations, you fell for it. You fell for it. You fell for it, my G. Like, they got you where they want you because you fell for it. Y'all forgot all about social distancing. Y'all wear the mask, but did you not know that even if you wear that mask, you're still at risk for getting it? Because half of y'all are wearing the mask wrong. And I'm trying not to laugh, but half of y'all are wearing those masks the wrong freaking way. And then it's only one layer. So it's not really protecting you as much as you think it is. You think that it's all good when it's just not. We should still be being very, very careful, very cautious. And it's like just because all these situations have happened, y'all think that it's cool just to go and hang out. If you're in Jacksonville, you know about Lonnie Miller. Last Sunday, Lonnie Miller was packed. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. Lonnie Miller was packed, bro. Like, I turned on to Sutel, and I literally couldn't even get to where I needed to go because it was a line just to get into that park. And it was well over 50 people. Way over. Because y'all are still not listening. So when you do catch that, who is supposed to feel sorry for you? When you know what's going on and you still choose to ignore it. You still continue to live as though nothing is going on right now. And I'm not telling you to live in fear. That's far from what I'm saying. But when and why did y'all stop being aware and cautious is what I want to know. This young man lost his life trying to go and get a job. And then you have those who work there, because I know several people who work there, and I texted all of them to make sure that they were okay. And luckily, everyone that I knew that worked there, they were fine. They were okay. But you have the ones who want to get on to the news so bad that they're literally freaking making their own little interview and sending it in so it can be put onto the news for everybody to see. Like, you want your 15 minutes of fame so bad. Just like the murderers and the getaway driver. You wanted to be famous, now you're famous. Now you're famous. This young man was 20 years old. What did he really get to accomplish with his life? Because around 20, your life is really just starting. I'm 31 years old. Do I look 31? No, I don't. Not at all. I could sit around and lie about my age, but what would it solve? It wouldn't solve anything, because for me, being 31 and reaching 31 with sickle cell, when they told my mom I was going to die at 5 and 18 and 21, getting to 31 is a blessing to me, not a curse. I don't see anything bad about aging, because I don't look my age, so I'm Gucci. But my thing, and I'm going to end this video, why? Why do we not have enough going on? What I want you to think about is that, what could he have done with his life if he was still here? He could have created the next cure, or a cure for cancer, sickle cell. We don't know what he could have been, because his life was snuffed out. And the people of Amazon on Pecan Park, they're responsible for those people that were there to put in an application for their warehouse. You became responsible for them when they stepped their foot onto your property. Thank God, not more than that amount of people was hurt or possibly killed. 1 dead, 2 injured. Thank God it wasn't a massacre just about. But you were responsible for these people. And you should have made sure that those people were safe. And in order to figure out what is going on, you need to start with his cell phone records and his social media. Because that's the simple thing to do. These days, everybody's always doing the little check-in thing on Facebook where you can literally say where you're at. If you got enemies or if you beefing with somebody, the last thing that you should be doing is sharing your location. And we learned that from JoJo. And that's my little homie right there. That was my little homie. He shared his location. And what happened to JoJo? He's no longer with us. That day will forever be burned into my memory, forever. Because he's the one that encouraged me to even start YouTube. And as you can see, if you go on my Facebook and you look at my cover photo hasn't been changed since 2012. That's loyalty right there. That's some loyalty. It didn't matter who I dated, whatever. He stayed my cover. Point blank and period. I don't believe in that unloyal or disloyal stuff. It's death or dishonor for me. Death or dishonor. And death before dishonor. But y'all don't even know how to follow the code. Because y'all out here killing each other like it's nothing. And for what? I am so tired of hearing about these senseless murders. And taking the guns or changing the amendment is not going to solve anything, because it's not the gun killing anyone, it's the person behind that gun. And with that, I'm going to end this video. So please leave me a like, and again, please share your thoughts on this situation in the comment section. Let's discuss this. Let's share this video. And let's get the people responsible for this behind bars where they belong. Because if nobody is going to stand up and talk about it, I am. And I definitely want him to get justice. And like I said, when they release names and photos, I will upload another video. So we're just going to let this be part 1. And when I find out more information, I'll hit you with a part 2. But till then, y'all, please just remain safe. Stay out of trouble. Watch who you have around you and keep your circle closed. And if you got to cut anybody off, I don't care if you knew them for 15 years. If you got to cut them off for your own sake and for your energy to remain positive, cut them off. And realize that it's no new friends, because we don't know people no more. Even people you done known since childhood can turn on you. Your own family can turn on you. So I don't even understand why people think, oh, I know this person, this, that, and the third, that you're safe. No, you're not, because it's always the ones you know who hurt you. It's very rare that it's a stranger. It is very rare. So whoever committed this murder and took this young man's life, he knew them. And they had to know him. Because where the animosity even come from? Where did it start? Where? We need to stop sharing our location on social media, because we don't know who's watching us. We don't know who has a problem with us. And it shouldn't have took 2 gunmen for that one young man. It took 2 of y'all. Y'all made sure that he was going to be dead before y'all left. Y'all made sure that. It took 2 of y'all. Both of y'all were shooting at him at the same time. You made sure that young man did not come out of this alive. And just know, God sees everything. So you may think you have gotten away with it, and if you don't pay in this life, you're going to pay in the next. So don't think that you done got off scot-free, because you haven't. If you live in Jacksonville, like I said, the car is I believe a 2018 silver/gray Hyundai Sonata. Okay? If you know anything, please just tell the authorities. Stop this nonsense, because one day that can be you or your son or your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best friend. That could be you one day. So it's best to stop this now, because if we don't, our kids are not going to be able to grow up. They're not going to have a chance. I don't have a child, but I could tell you one thing: if I did, my child would be on a tight leash. And I probably wouldn't even raise my child in this city. But like I said, I was born and raised in this city, so I love my city. I don't like hearing people always talk about, oh, I can't wait to get out of Jacksonville, blah, blah, blah. Well, then leave. Because every issue is present in every city and state. I don't know why you think just because you because you leave, like the issues are going to be done with. No, this is going on everywhere. God didn't come to make peace. He came to cause war, and you saw it. Go read your Bible. He did not come to make peace at all. And everything that he's written is going to have to come full circle. So the best thing you can do is stay on your pivot. I love y'all. And I will be posting again tonight at 8 p.m. So please be on the lookout for my next video. Please like, comment, share this video, and most definitely subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all of the love and support. My social media will be in the description below. And if you want to donate, my Cash App and my PayPal will also be in the description. But if you cannot donate, then hey, thank you for watching my content is all that I will say. And I will talk to you guys later. Please stay safe and have a peaceful and productive and positive rest of your day. See you in a couple hours at 8 o'clock.